Grey's Anatomy Season 22, Episode 4, delivered an emotional blend of nostalgia, tension, and growth reminding fans why Grey Sloan Memorial remains one of TV's most dramatic hospitals. The episode brought back Jesse Williams as Dr. Jackson Avery, marking his first appearance since Season 21, and his return set off a series of emotional clashes, heartfelt reconciliations, and romantic shifts that left viewers eagerly awaiting what's next. The hour opened with a wave of anticipation as Jackson re-entered Grey Sloan's halls. Fans celebrated his comeback, but not everyone shared the excitement, especially Meredith Grey. Their reunion quickly turned sour when they clashed over Tom Korsik's controversial Alzheimer's study. Meredith criticized the research for using only male mice, arguing that the results were incomplete and misleading. Jackson, however, dismissed her critique and cut deep, reminding her that she had no recent publications and an unused lab to show for her work. It was a professional and personal blow that reignited their old competitive spark. Their friction didn't stop there. Later, Jackson's patient, a breast cancer survivor preparing for reconstructive surgery, required an additional hernia procedure before the main operation could proceed. Jackson believed the surgeries should be done separately for safety reasons. But Meredith, moved by the patient's desire to feel whole again, insisted on performing both on the same day. This disagreement added even more tension to an already volatile partnership. Things came to a head in the operating room, where the two surgeons traded cutting remarks mid-surgery. Jackson's biting comment, "You made your point. Too bad you can't publish that," was particularly harsh, showing just how personal their rivalry had become. Yet, in classic Grey's Anatomy fashion, redemption followed conflict. After witnessing how deeply moved their patient was by the results, Jackson apologized to Meredith, admitting that she was right to prioritize compassion over procedure. In a surprising twist, he offered her a ride back to Boston, and to the surprise of many, she accepted. Meredith's decision to return to Boston didn't shock Richard Weber. Sensing her growing frustration and unfinished ambitions, he had already begun reassigning her surgeries, knowing she would eventually gravitate back to her research roots. Whether her departure will be temporary remains unclear, but showrunner Meg Marinis has assured fans that Meredith's story will continue to bridge both cities. She's definitely splitting her time between Boston and Seattle, Marinis shared, expressing hope for more on-screen moments with Ellen Pompeo. While Meredith and Jackson dominated much of the episode's drama, several other storylines carried emotional depth and warmth. Lucas bonded with a patient named Katie while helping her find a cancer trial, and later asked Bailey if he could stay on her care team, a touching sign of his growing maturity. Bailey, meanwhile, played her usual role as mentor, supporting Ben's newfound dream of entering plastics and encouraging him to extend his residency to chase what truly fulfills him. Simone and Jules provided some lighthearted friendship moments amid the chaos. When Jules turned down Simone's offer to move in with her and Quan, Simone initially took offense, but Jules later explained her reasoning her habit of setting multiple noisy alarms makes her a nightmare roommate. The two laughed it off, choosing to protect their budding friendship rather than complicate it with shared walls. Over in plastics, Quan redeemed himself after his earlier blunder by pretending to have food poisoning, allowing Kavita to take his place during Jackson's surgery. The move earned her Jackson's approval and a spot in his elite plastics posse. Quan's sacrifice didn't go unnoticed. The flirty exchange between him and Kavita hinted that their professional chemistry might soon evolve into something more personal.